They nodded. Jungkook took Ain to Taehyung's room. They joined them with a t-shirt in his hand. He silently forwarded it toward him. He took it for him. Jungkook was trying to clean Ain's face with the tissue paper, but the paint was already dried. He was worried that the paint might be dragged to her baby skin. These paints are harmless for kids. They are organic, they said, and Jungkook stopped and looked up. They said something to him after weeks. I didn't say that, he replied. Come, Ain, they said softly. Ain wasn't ready to leave her daddy, but eventually they convinced her. She knew very well her Emma is going to put a stop to her messy choice. They clean up in the washroom and then pick up another summer dress for her for the closet and sat down on the bed. Jungkook went inside the washroom. He's going to think I can't take care of Ain, they mumbled to himself. The washroom door clicked open, and Jungkook stood forward and sat down on the bed with his back pressed on the hard rest. Once Ain was done, he clawed toward him and sat down in his lap. They glared at him. He looked pale. When he talked with Ain, he smiled weakly. Taehyung's heart were aches. He stood up and went downstairs toward the kitchen. Sir, I can help you if you want to. Helper said. I can manage. Don't worry, he said, looking into the fridge. I'm just prepared the tea and some sandwiches for Jungkook so he can take the medicine. Please cook something good for him for the dinner. He's very picky when it's come to eating. And now, when he's sick, he's going to throw a lot of tantrums while eating. They laugh. I'll cook something for him. Thank you. They smiled and prepared the sandwiches according to his taste. A few minutes later, he was done with everything. He put down the cup of tea and sandwiches on the tray along with the medicine and a glass of water. Get well soon. The mama took the tray in his hand and strode out of the kitchen. Jehob, they called out. Yes, they. Jehob turned around. Can you please give this to Jungkook? They said. Sure. Jehob agreed. He handed the tray and Jehob went upstairs. Taehyung having a silent relief and went back to the kitchen to clear the mess he has created there. Jehob put down the tray on the nightstand. Jungkook looked at him questioningly. Taehyung sent it for you, Jehob said, and Jungkook nodded. After spending some time with Jungkook, Jehob left. He glared at the tray and everything he needed, but not what he wanted. He wanted their presence. He could have asked about my health once, he thought. His silence was hurting him. How can he not pay attention to me? He played with Ain and then decided to leave. He picked up Ain in his arm and went downstairs. He gave Ain to Mr. Kim. I'm leaving now, Jungkook said. It's too early. Have dinner with us, son. Grandma said, and Jungkook usually went back to John's house after putting dinner with them and put Ain to sleep. You're not feeling well as well, she added. Stay here for a night, Jungkook. Get some rest, Mr. Kim said. I'm so sorry, but I have to leave. Jungkook left the Kim villa. Whistleday was busy in kitchen helping. They heard the car horn and informed because everyone was already home. They peeked outside the window and saw Jungkook was driving away the car. The watchman closed the door of the main gate, but he kept staring at him. Later at night, when they saw that untouched tray he had sent for him, all the worries were transferred into the fear. They took out a dish for Oman with his hand covered with that meat. It smells good, Grandma said, holding her in her arm. I hope it tastes good, they said. It will, she assured him. Once the cooking was cooled down, they packed them with the airtight jar and left the remaining one for everyone. Grandma looked at him internally. I have saved some for Jungkook. She started looking down at her hand. Grandma hummed, and a smile crept on his face. I have chopped the onion and tomatoes, sir. What should I do now? She asked. Are you cooking today? She asked in disbelief. Yeah, they nodded. I have learned this for Jin Mom. I thought I should cook it for the dinner. Jungkook liked it. They almost whispered. And the later sentence, his feather were tensed up with the mentioning his name. They go back to your home. We do miss you, but no matter how many days you spend with us, still, you have to go back one day. Everything we have belonged to you, but your husband and house needs your attention. Jungkook didn't ask me yet to come back. I go when he said to tell me. They replied. He doesn't want to pressurize you. You have to decide. And you want to go back. I'm very grateful for him, for his thoughtfulness. There are few men who have the heart to do this for his in-laws, and Jungkook is the one of them. She said softly. Just few more days. They said and hugged her. If it wasn't necessary, we had never let you go away. But we need to let you go. Namjoon knocked on the door lightly a few times. It was almost 12 o'clock when he came back for the office, and Minji told him that Jungkook wasn't feeling well and he skipped his meal. He turned the knob. The door was unlocked. He crossed that. In the pitch-dark room, holding a tray in his hand, he switched on the light. He shifted his eyes toward the bed. Jungkook was laying on the bed covering in a comforter. The memories flashed back in front of his eyes. A few months ago, and a fear would creep into his heart. He stepped forward, placed the tray on the table, and then walked up to the bed. Jungkook, Namjoon called out. He carefully removed the comforter for Jungkook's face. He was in sweat and looked pale. He was hugging Ain's toy. Jungkook? Jungkook called him softly, and he slowly opened his eyes. What have you made to yourself? He said worriedly. Why are you covering in the comforter in such a hot weather? I'm fine. I'm feeling a bit cold. They mumbled. Cold? Namjoon frowned his eyebrows and held Jungkook's hand in his. You're burning with fever. Let's go. I'll take you to the hospital. Namjoon stood up. No. Jungkook sat down with his back pressed on the headrest. He rubbed his forehead and said, The fever will come down. Don't worry. Have you taken the medicine? Namjoon asked and Jungkook shook his head. Namjoon pressed his lips together and shook his head in displeasure. Minji told me that he is skipping the meal. How will it work? Jungkook looked at him in deadpan. Come on, get fresh. I want you to eat with me. He grabbed Jungkook's hand and pulled him. Upon Namjoon's constant insistence, Jungkook went to the washroom and came back after a few minutes. Namjoon placed a tray on the bed between them. He served the food. Where are they and I are coming back? I mean, it's almost 3 weeks since they go back. Namjoon said. Over 3 weeks. Jungkook replied. And I don't know when they are coming back. Namjoon went and stared at Jungkook for a few seconds. Grandpa is fine. I have talked with him. I understand they could affect, but he cannot. Back home now, Namjoon said, and Jungkook stayed silent. Jungkook, is everything alright between you two? He asked hesitantly. He had a feeling that there is something off. Above the brother, Jungkook looked at him in the distance wall. I know I'm not supposed to be interfere, but trust me, if you have any issue, we can work on it. Maybe we can find a solution together, he said sincerely. I don't even know if something is left between us, he said, and shifted his eyes toward Namjoon. A wave of hurt pressed through Jungkook's feature. Don't say that, please. He tried to comfort him. They was crying on the night of my wedding. When I came to your room,